Do not celebrate.
Hey, you fucking idiot. Christmas ain't started yet. Oh, shit, my bad. Sorry, guys. Anyways, welcome.
The Double D Experience is filmed in front of a live studio audience.
You're my father, like... Hey, you fucking moron, turn that shit off.
It's just your dad in the back doing something else, just like, hey, shut that up. There's Remy, Remy's in the front row, like just by herself. She's in the fucking front. Woo! Let's go, Dennis and David. Oh, you guys.
And I'm just like, it's like, I fucking hate all of you. And it's just like, it's only Remy in the audience.
The Genesis is just sitting in the middle of it, like her fucking hands in her face, just like,
it's like, except you. Except you.
I'm so
like,
disappointed in you.
I like every time I go on stage would just be like me, like just completely blackout drunk. And I'm just like, you listen here, you little piece of shit. Liberals and conservatives, they could all kiss my dick. 'Cause you know what? You know what party I stand for? I stand for my party. I stand for Jack Daniels and beating my wife. What the fuck? It's like, so doesn't
my
that...
favorite party is...
And the guy's like in the background like, hey, doesn't that make you a conservative? It's like, no, you fucking idiot. Because you guys' whole champion is an orange man. I'm my own champion. I don't need no fucking government to tell me what to do. It just sounds like a much more edgier, like Ron Swanson. I always thought, like, yeah, like Ron Swanson would like would agree with everything until like he's just like, you know what we should get rid of? We should get rid of red meat. And it's like, all right, well, it's like,
sobers up immediately.
Yeah,
sobers
it's like
up immediately.
You had me until that last bit. I wish I could do his voice, but it's like, now
I avoided 10
here.
times that man's body weight within the last 24 hours. This is the wrong way to consume alcohol. I know what my favorite party is. Out of all the political parties, I like Mario Party. Woo! I'm a proud member of the Superstar Party.
My favorite character is Daisy.
And
mashed potatoes.
Controversial opinion, but I think Chris Pratt will make a great Mario.
Are we just foreshadowing to the future right now, Dennis? Is that what we're doing?
Perhaps not. We don't know. You decide.
Epic
Down in the comments. Literally ripped off like 50 YouTube channels in the span of like 2 minutes. Welcome everybody.
Hello everybody. Welcome to the Double D Experience. Sometimes original, sometimes not, but always ripping off other YouTubers.
Because we are unoriginal as fuck.
Dude, it would actually be Remy in the front row. It would be Genesis in like the middle, like she came to support, but she's ever so disappointed in you. Like just hands in her fucking face. Dane's there, obviously, yeah.
Dane is also there, yeah, and he would just like be,
like,
stop
just
making
cheering
fun
us
of
on,
them,
being
being positive. We're not. Why? I'm saying what they would be doing. That's literally what they'd be doing. If it was literally like, let's say, a comedy show, like, and you and I obviously have no friends.
Facts.
Like we would have like literally Dane, Remy, and Jen just all there in the front row, being like, yeah, ha ha ha, like, just laughing at our painfully unfunny jokes. And afterwards we go out to the diner and we're like talking about the show, and I'm like saying how, like, how funny I was and how funny you were, and they have to just be good friends and not say how total shit we were for an hour and a half.
Yeah, you guys.
Even though
have
most
the best podcast.
It's like, best podcast in the tri-state area.
Well, thank you so much. I mean, we did try to, like, theme our branding off of, Jersey diners and stuff. Me and Dennis are proud Jersey boys,
cut you off.
So it's like David.
They cut
David,
you off and they're like,
David.
no. It's like, I was just trying to
Your
No.
podcast is worse than Matthew McConaughey.
Your podcast gave me cancer.
Again.
Again. I was in remission. And it gave me cancer again.
And you brought it back.
How do you make that happen? Your mother should have swallowed you. It's like it just gets like real personal at that point.
Well, I bet your mama wishes she swallowed you. Oh, seems like you got a pretty good head on your shoulders. Well, thank you.
If David
I can't.
was a drill sergeant,
Not
you
again.
Think you think as a if you were a drill sergeant or like a drill instructor, like you'd be, because like the whole part of the job from what I read up is that like their whole thing obviously is to like, you know, break you down and, you know, mold you into like a good soldier, as per like, you know, being a soldier and all that. But also just like the whole thing we've seen in Full Metal Jacket and plus even in Attack on Titan's parody, abridged, it's, you know, they have to like literally be able to insult you without like cracking a smile like at all. And like and personally for me, like if let's say I was in the military and they're like, oh, that like, you know, Sergeant
Same.
like Sergeant Dennis, like we have a promotion for you. It's like, oh, what is it? You're gonna be a drill instructor for the new platoon coming in. And I'm like, no. And it's like, why not? You have an exceptional record. You have great commendations. Like we think you're the great man for the job. And I'm just like, no, you don't understand. It's like, what do you mean? I laugh at my own jokes. Like it's pretty bad how often I laugh at my own jokes. You think I'm like I am
a podcaster?
I think I'm hilarious. Yeah, it's like they ask me, so what the fuck you do? You do a podcast? I'm like, listen, that's off the record.
classified.
Okay, like take a classified. It's tier 5 security that you need to access this, and you're clearly not even tier 1. So go fuck yourself. But that's neither here nor there.
I get what you mean,
So,
though, man. Like, honestly,
like-
God, like you
like,
laugh
I
at your own
cannot
insults, right?
and because like I can't insult someone for that long and not just like be like okay.
You have the creative insults for it. That's the thing. It's like being stern enough
I know,
to
but-
work around
yeah.
it. Like for me,
But it's like I know, but for anyone else, like you literally have to be able to like just be able to insult a bunch of like adults for about every day for maybe close to maybe 6 months to a year before they let's say ship off to basically wherever like I guess the battlefield is at or wherever war they're at. But it's like you have to basically just like insult them for a whole year, and you have to get real creative with it too. So it's like you got to insult their mother and their mother's
I
mother,
believe
as well as their dog.
training in the Marine Corps is actually just like 3 weeks
3 weeks for basic?
to be a Marine. I think, from what I've seen. I mean, that might have just been.
I might need
that
to
might
check.
have just been those.
I have two
propaganda
cousins.
World War III, you know, fucking like videos that like YouTube was constantly sending us when they thought Trump was about to send us out to China or some shit, and yeah,
Because I have two cousins within that. One is still within the army, and one got discharged from the Marines like many years ago. So I might maybe ask them just to make sure. I don't think it was 3 weeks.
it might have
though, 'cause
legit
that
been
seems-
a propaganda video that I saw.
It definitely is. Because like when you're trying to basically mold a bunch of like young adults into being like straight up killers, like you're like and soldiers, like you can't like 3 weeks is not enough for you to basically break them down. I don't think.
I mean, it depends on how hard that training is. I mean, they fuck you up pretty bad, I imagine. But like, yeah, dude, honestly, for me, it's like the creative insults would definitely get to me as well. Like, I feel like I would. I'm not hard enough to be a drill instructor. First of all, I would get eaten alive in the military. I think, if I'm being honest, with my fucked up back.
Well, let's say you just like came out like hard as fuck. It's like you don't even wear glasses no more. Like you just like
He doesn't wear
like
glasses.
you look like a
This is serious.
Like David just looks like a straight up leatherneck when he comes out, and he's just like like David put on like 30 pounds of muscle and everything when he comes out of the Marines, and I'm just kind of like, oh shit, who's this guy? And then David's personality's still like intact though, so he's like, oh, hey Dennis. I'm just like, the fuck, who are you?
oh, hey, Dennis. I would just like see like one of like my fucking like privates in like a hoodie, right? And I would have like no like I would not be able to not walk up to that person and be like, oh, Seems somebody likes a good little meme on the internet every now and again, doesn't he, you little Daffy Duck-looking mother ducker? Boy, by the time you're done in this here car, you're gonna wish you slammed your penis in a car door! I'm gonna mold you like wet clay.
So David, your application to West Point's already on its way, right?
Yes. Already shipped that shit out this morning. Like I'm gonna ship this Daffy Duck-looking motherfucker to the fucking Middle East if he doesn't get his shit in gear.
Drill instructors from World War II. How are you gonna kill some Germans with that physique? You look like a strong wind will carry you away, Private.
Would your rap career not go so good, buddy? They didn't like your bars. People didn't like hearing about you slamming your penis in a car door, huh?
Can you imagine a drill instructor with a lisp? A tin hut.
Listen up, bitches.
But they know like the privates.
I'm Sergeant Duck.
Like they know you have a reputation for being a real hard
all
ass.
over my
So
PC.
it's like, yeah. So it's like, so it's like they're like just so terrified to laugh, but like there is that little like just subconscious part of them that's just telling them like, crack a smile. You know it's hilarious, right? This fucking huge ass 6'5" brick of a man like yelling at you, but he has the lisp of Mike Tyson. Come on, dude, it's hilarious. Crack a smile. Laugh at him.
Fucking devil
like-
on your shoulder.
It's like the devil's just like, oh, come on. That's hilarious. Look at him. Well, I mean, I look at him. Hear him. Listen to him. How could you not laugh?
Was that not the most spot-on Daffy Duck impression you've ever heard in your life? Come on.
What the fuck are you looking at, Private?
Fuck, I'm laughing. I already got knocked to the ground just now if that was me. Shit. Oh, man. Oh, don't send me out there, boys. I'm not ready.
But, guys, we have a few topics today. Both from us.
Believe it or
that
not.
we personally, believe it or not, yes, that we both decided for today's episode. And I think at least going to segue a little bit, just as far as current news is concerned, everyone, I don't know if they have seen the Video Game Awards shit that came out a couple days ago. There was a lot of stuff in there that I was excited for. A couple games that I did not think were going to see the light of day again, since the last game that I'm thinking of, at least, had not seen a sequel since 10 years. And they decided to bring it back. And also, on top of that, and this is going to segue into a topic that David wanted to talk about, Sonic
The Hedgehog
has a new movie coming out, and the trailer has dropped, and they have the cast of Sonic Heroes.
Yeah.
By that I mean they have Tails and Knuckles.
What goes
And-
up must come down. Yeah, my feet don't touch the ground. Hear the world spinning out of sound. Whatever the next lyric is, I can feel your every stage. Step inside your crazy maze. I'm fucking up the entire song, 'cause I don't remember the fucking words. Watch me.
Fuck your mom.
And now watch me fuck your dad. Watch me fuck them both in front of your bed. Sonic.
Okay, wait.
Which, by the way,
What?
not that bad of a game. I'm not getting into that right now, but not that bad of a game.
No,
It's not
not
the
at all,
best
but-
Sonic game by any stretch, but it's not
But
that
we're
bad.
gonna. Did you see Sonic Frontiers?
Yes, dude, open world Sonic.
Dude, oh my
Open
fucking
world Sonic,
god!
open world Sonic, open world Sonic, open world
can we-
Sonic.
Can we? I'm gonna gush just a little bit when I saw this fucking trailer. I didn't think that was the route they were going at, just because at least the first 20 seconds or so, like from the trailer, I didn't think it was like gonna be an open world. But then as soon as he like came into that clearing, and then just the whole like camera just like panned out to see like the whole open world and like the rolling hills and everything, I was like, okay, Sega, you have piqued my interest.
They're calling it Sonic of the Colossus.
But now you have my attention. And we're gonna talk about first the Sonic movie, because like there's a lot of Sonic stuff that has basically been announced.
Yeah, Sonic fans
as far as the
ate
movie
good at the fucking Game Awards, dude. They ate good,
Oh, they did.
dude. A lot of great
Oh, they
announcements. First,
good lineup.
because
Good
the
lineup.
movie, that
Oh, yeah. So,
really
your thoughts, yeah.
tickled my ass in the right way, dude.
Okay, what were like? Okay, two things then. What were the things that at least you liked about what you saw, and then maybe some things that perhaps you didn't like? So what were the things you liked?
Well,
first?
I doubt this really went over very many Sonic fans' heads. I mean, people pointed out online and on Twitter and stuff like that, and obviously there are more diehard Sonic fans than me who probably saw these things. But Dennis, there were a lot of references to Sonic Adventure in that trailer. Believe it or not.
Ooh.
You remember the first shot that there is of Sonic when he's on top of that building in the moonlight?
Oh,
Yeah, you remember. That's literally
Yeah,
how
you're
Sonic
right.
Adventure opens.
yeah.
You remember
right.
because we did a Let's Play of that game.
Did we ever finish it?
We just did Sonic Story. We didn't play the entire game.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
like we finished Sonic
Yeah,
Story,
so
but we
yeah,
didn't play through the entire.
Eh.
God, my voice fucking feels shot now after the drill sergeant thing. I got to learn how to scream properly. I don't know how to scream properly, and that's not good. Like you could damn it. There's like a proper way to like scream. You know what I mean? If you're trying to not hurt your voice, but whatever. Maybe my range is just shortening as I age. I'm sure there's a way I can fix that, but whatever.
You're not that old yet.
I know. Evidently not. I mean, I had this one girl I was talking to tell me like you're almost 30, and I fucking yelled at her in Spanish. Puta madre, yo estoy 25. The fuck? Literally, I was like, I'm not almost fucking 30. Are you kidding? Get out of here with that.
Yeah, because I'm almost 30.
Well, you're not that much older than me. Aren't you like 26? A little older?
I got 3. I'm about to have 3 years on you, buddy.
Oh. So.
I'm an old fucking man.
Hmm.
All these fucking kids talking about the TikTok and the Fortnite and all that shit. I don't know what the fuck all this is.
Well, you want to talk?
I'm an old man. Where's my Game Boy and Tetris?
Listen, man, you want to talk about Jersey diners? I was out with like a lot of coworkers after my friend won the talent show that was there, and I was out at a diner with friends at like D-Gen hours for the first time in forever. So, and they're all younger than me, so trust me, I've slowly been getting a little bit of the boomer experience, even though we're both millennials. But you know,
I know that's the thing. Like the age difference doesn't have to be vast for you to kind of feel that. You know what I mean? Because like all the shit that they grew up with, memes and catchphrases and all this dumb shit like that stuff that we grew up with, it's just different for them because like they just have different ones.
Yes.
Like it's like basically the same kind of shit, but just different, obviously, like language and all that.
But we did both grow up with Sonic, so.
Yes, we did. And it's okay. Back to the movie.
Yeah, I was about to say
what
we
were some
did.
things else you like?
It wasn't just the only one. It wasn't just the one of him in the moonlight on top of the building, looking over what seemed to be Station Square. There was also the shot of him snowboarding down the hill behind the avalanche.
Oh,
that's
that's
a
right.
direct reference to Sonic Adventure. That's another one. What else? If there are any other Sonic Adventure references specifically, they might have gone over my head. But honestly, just it was just a good old-fashioned like hype movie trailer. It just looks like a fun movie, and they really did a good job at hyping it up well, right? Because at the end of the movie,
I'm sorry, your little burp just made.
I'm drunk already. You don't know. So at the end of
Drunk on that Sonic.
because at the end of Sonic 1, you know, you see Tails. He's like the Marvel Cinematic Universe fucking teaser for the next
Cameo.
movie.
Yeah.
At the end.
Was it the post credits? I didn't see the first one because that's why
it was
I
post
wasn't-
credits.
Oh, sure.
Friggin' the Sonic Cinematic Universe. And so that was hype. The Twitter drop of Idris Elba as Knuckles.
Yeah.
That was also huge, where like it was just like the picture of his fist, and everyone just, you know, everybody in the world just collectively dropped to their knees and came at the same time. In like some ceremonial ritual. It was beautiful, man. I mean, my nut was everywhere. Like I was like floating like above the fucking like ground, like I was using the hover nozzle in Mario Sunshine, except instead of with the water gun, it was with my cock. And I was just
Pointed down to the ground, just like. Psst.
I will never have kids again with how much cum came out. My sperm count is so low.
Perfect casting choice as well.
Yes.
Like, honestly, I was a little bit kind of uneasy with at first because I heard rumors about it and everything. But after hearing obviously that last bit of the trailer where we hear him speak, I was like, yo, they popping off with this movie right now. And like, especially like with all the characters now, or at least like not all the characters, but at least Jim Carrey being all the characters within the movie and in the series, Eggman coming in with his like classic mustache and everything. I was like,
that was shown at the end of the first movie. Actually, like he like shaves.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay,
yeah, like he kind of just like loses his mind when he's stuck in the mushroom dimension, and he like shaves his whole head, and like grows his mustache out and just starts throwing a rock everywhere. And I love that, you know, Jim Carrey back as Eggman, which to this day I think is still perfect casting, if I'm being honest.
Oh,
and I'm gonna go out. I'll just go out on front here and say, I guess one thing I don't like is that Idris Elba is a fucking liar, because he said that Knuckles was specifically not going to sound sexy. And as soon as that little red echidna opened his fucking mouth, boy got a little chubbed up, not gonna lie. No, it happened a little bit. So Idris Elba, I'm saying this in the most hetero way possible since you're clearly listening to this podcast. I'm saying this in literally the most hetero way possible. I don't think it's possible for you to not be sexy. Like, I'm just gonna say it. You're a really fucking good looking dude, and you got a deep voice too, just like me and shit. And you're like, but you're like more muscular and shit. And so like you just stop it. You would have to like slam your fucking head and penis in a car door, as well as like, you know, like just like raggle your hair up, completely let yourself go, eat nothing but Cheez-Its on the couch, like you probably did when you had COVID. And yeah.
You also underestimate Sonic fans.
Yeah, dude. Idris. Like, Sonic fans are turned on by everything, dude. They have a lot of OCs.
They've been starved. They've been starved for, like, a new anything regarding their franchise that's actually decent. And from what I saw, at least, of the fandom, they actually did like the first movie. I think it wasn't, like, universally loved, but at the same time, like, a lot of people did like it. Like, more than people who hated it. So them hearing that basically an A-lister voicing a beloved character like fucking Knuckles, I mean, and I thought it's just a recipe for everyone just going ape shit over it. Like, that shit was hype, for real. And I might have to watch the first movie now because I'm gonna watch the second one.
You've never seen it?
Yeah, I never saw it.
Oh, shit balls. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Went over my head when it came out. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So I'm going to make some time before, obviously, the new movie comes out. I'm going to make time to watch the first one, so at least like I'll be up to speed, if nothing else. And I want to ask you now then, do you think as far as after this movie, right, the post-credit scene for this movie, because there is going to be one, let's be real, there's going to be a new introduction for another character. Do you think it's either going to go them revealing Chaos or Shadow? Because personally, I'm leaning more towards Shadow, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely Shadow. He's significantly more recognizable of a character than Chaos. Chaos is from one Sonic game. I mean, Chaos has been in other ones. Like, he's playable in, like, the multiplayer in Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, but he's not in the story at all. He has nothing to do with it. I do believe he's in Sonic Forces in some way, because he was in the trailer for that game, though I never played Forces because I have not heard a single good thing about it. I own the game because I bought it for like $20, but I still haven't played it to this day. So I was saving that for like maybe like a drunk stream or something, but now I don't really stream anymore, so I don't think that's gonna happen. But no, Shadow, of course. Shadow's significantly more relevant and beloved of a character. There's Sonic Adventure 2, of course, where, you know, it was the birth of that character and his whole story and everything. Obviously, he was in Sonic Heroes, which continued that saga a little bit. And Shadow the Hedgehog, I'm not going to get into this tangent now. You can say whatever you want about that game. That game ties up a lot, and I mean a lot of loose ends from Sonic Adventure 2. Like, you could say what you
Yeah,
want about
exactly,
that game, but it really wraps up like the Sonic Adventure 2 story beautifully. Like, really beautifully. I actually it's
That
my
is
favorite
true.
bad
I
Sonic
could
game.
agree with
I
that.
low-key really like that game, but I'm not going to get into that right now. We're talking about the movie. But no, definitely Shadow. I can see if you want to talk about maybe we could I'll wrap this as a prediction here. There's going to be a Sonic Cinematic Universe post-credit scene, but with Shadow this time.
I honestly can also see them, and this, if they reveal this trailer like the way that I'm thinking of right now, I could totally see them doing a standalone Shadow movie.
No, that's not gonna happen.
No. The reason being is because of the fact that, at least with how Shadow the Hedgehog, the game, was marketed and stuff, this is not your average Sonic game, or that's how at least they tried to have it come off as Shadow's not nice like Sonic. He has a gun and he means business, shit like that.
You know why they made that game in the first place, though, right?
I mean, wasn't it to tie up a lot of loose
No,
ends,
not
from
even just that.
Adventure 2?
I mean, they used that as an excuse for it. I mean, I'm sure they would have done something else, maybe. A child literally wrote Sega a letter saying, I love Sonic games, and I think it would be really cool if he used a gun.
So they just gave it to
Yeah,
Shadow.
because they said, no, we can't put a gun on Sonic. That would be really stupid. That doesn't fit his character at all. But Shadow...
Boy, can he handle an M16. Let's do it.
Their beautiful research on guns with the intro cinematic. Really, really high def research on guns as well, by the way. You know, the part where he fucking, pumps a submachine gun? Yeah. They really, put in, the E for effort on, gun research in that game and shit. Game's still fun as fuck and broken as hell, so I don't give a shit. But, yeah, that's literally why that happened. So, you think it's gonna be the same thing? Where someone's going to be like, yeah, the Sonic movies were great, but I like Shadow. Can you give Shadow his own movie? And just like Sega did back in 2003, they're going to be like, sure. Out of her fucking letter to a company.
Okay, let me correct that then. Let me put a little tweak. Let me just tweak it a little bit. So in this third movie, that's I'm pretty sure this movie's going to do well. The second movie's going to do well, and the third movie's going to get greenlit because it made the money. When the third movie comes out, I'm pretty sure they're going to introduce Shadow, if anything. Maybe also Amy and Cream, whoever. Not Big the Cat. Fuck him. You don't need to bring him into this. Just don't bring him, please.
There's going to be, a character named Big the Cat, but it's literally just going to be, some characters. It's going to be some character's house cat. And it'll be like, hey, see, we referenced him. All right, let's never speak of this again. Move on. Literally, I'd put money on that, too. That's another prediction that I have.
Because... Yeah. I have really I have nothing more to say to that other than I have to just agree with it, and I could see them bringing him in into the third movie. They're gonna introduce him, and he's gonna have his own badass moments, of course. But I also feel as if it does well enough, and if at least Shadow is well received enough. I mean, I obviously don't know how planned out this entire series of movies are. I'm pretty sure at the very moment, they don't think that they're gonna be doing a Sonic cinematic universe. I mean, that would be dope, considering I would love a movie where they're going up to the Ark Space Colony.
Oh.
If they did an Adventure 2 straight up, not for panel for panel,
the show did, yeah.
Yeah. They could obviously put their own spin on it. I would love to see Biohazard, Lizard, and their own take on it. That would be fucking hype. And obviously seeing Sonic and Shadow going super mode with the Chaos Emeralds and everything, it'd be hype as fuck. That, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah, was Super Sonic even in the first movie? I don't think he was. Yeah, I don't think the first movie had anything to do with the Chaos Emeralds.
Yeah, I think it's now that they're bringing it in.
It's the Master Emerald, which is obviously what's going to tie in with Knuckles, because the Master Emerald is
that's
defending it is the basis of his whole character. You know, his species went extinct. He's the last one to protect it, and he takes that shit super ethereal. And,
you think we're gonna see straight up genocide scenes of the echidnas killing each other?
We actually
in
might
a vision
know.
or something.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess this isn't really spoilers, but there are echidnas at the beginning of the first Sonic movie.
That look like Knuckles? And they're the tribal guys from Adventure 1?
Adventure 1,
okay.
yeah. So honest to God, we actually might. That might happen. I mean, well, you know the story of actually Sonic 3, of Sonic 3 and Knuckles, is that Knuckles starts out as a bad guy. Like, he's like, you play Sonic 3 and Knuckles for the first time, which is both a very happy and sad fact that to this day is the best Sonic game. Like, to this day, I'm not even kidding. Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I think, in my opinion, at least it is. And,
Okay, all right, I'll give you that. I'm not, like, a crazy Sonic fan, but, like, I do appreciate, like, and its history and everything.
yeah,
so.
because that's the game that introduced Knuckles, which was Sonic 3. And Knuckles starts out as a bad guy. Like, he'll show up in a level, like, around towards the end of it, and then he'll do, like, some tomfuckery bullshit and, like, put a bridge out in front of you or, like, throw you off a cliff, and then you have to fight, like, Eggman after that. That's how it started. And, again, that's another Sonic Adventure thing. Because Sonic Adventure, if you play that game, like, Sonic Adventure is, like, the first true good 3D, or, like, you know, good relatively, however you want to call it, like, Sonic game. And everything about that game is just an homage to classic Sonic. With the way that Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles jump, it makes that sound. Like the way that springs sound the same as they did in the old games. The fact that Knuckles is tricked by Eggman into fighting Sonic again, which is something that happens in Sonic 3. That's another thing that's happening in this movie. They're introducing Knuckles the right way there, which is really good in the movie. It's like so many references to adventure in the Sonic 2 trailer that I've seen so far, and it's just such a wonderful fucking, like, seemingly, like, at least from the trailer, it seems like they're doing Knuckles great justice, giving, like, great faithful, giving great faithful, like, not restoration, what's the word I'm looking for, representation of the character. First of all, and second of all, they also acknowledge that Knuckles is black, which was really important. They acknowledge that. That's important. Like, literally, people, trust me, people would have been pissed if he wasn't. I would have been pissed if he wasn't. I'm not black, but, you know, still, like, what else was I saying? So, like, that's sort of, they're doing a really good, like, justice to Knuckles' character there by, like, having to be like, oh, like, because what's gonna happen in the movie, we all know it, is that Eggman's, like, harnessing the Master Emerald, and he's gonna have Knuckles on his side, and he's gonna tell Knuckles that the reason he's doing it is because Sonic is the bad guy, he's the one who's trying to steal it, and, like, harness its power, and then, like, right towards the end, he's gonna be like, ha, fuck you, and then just, like, kick him out and be like, just kidding, I wanted the Master Emerald the whole time. I can see myself in it, and it gives me really good power to... It makes me jack off really fast or something. However it went in the original games, I'm sure that's how it went down to the word. So, it's like, I'm so hyped for this. I can see already, like, everything that's gonna happen. I feel like I've seen this movie already, and I don't fucking care. I'm happy to see it again. You know what I mean? Like, it's amazing. Like, they didn't wait till, like, a potential third movie that might not even happen to introduce Knuckles, which... You know, if they wanted to go that traditional route, they could have, because Knuckles doesn't debut until Sonic 3 in the games. So, but they didn't do that.
Would have been appropriate.
Yeah. And so they're probably gonna. I mean, it makes sense. They're like, why waste it? You know. Oh, and the biplane too. Like, we're.
The tornado
like, that's
too.
Fucking iconic. That's so fucking iconic. Is like Tails flying the plane with Sonic standing on the wing. Like, that's legit. That's legitimately an iconic gaming image.
Like, if they
right
had
there.
fucking Tails driving a modern jet plane, like, I would have been actually mad.
Yeah.
Like, you don't fucking do that. Like, especially considering, like, Tails is, like, not that his whole identity revolves around the fucking plane, but it is a part of his identity. That's what we fucking know him for and as.
It's a part of his iconicism. Is what
yeah, exactly, yeah. It's his whole image and everything. So, like, him not having it would be, like, a disservice, like, to his character, because, like, say what you want about the Sonic universe and also the fandom at the very least, but, like, those characters are iconic and almost up there with the likes of, like, Mario and a few others. So it's like, if you're gonna be making a movie that is supposed to be an adaptation and your own, maybe let's say, I don't know, spin or take on the Sonic universe, like, you do it justice and you respect the source material. That's another thing that I see a lot of people, like, think that at least they're being a lot more careful now. They're respecting the source material. Witcher, a lot of other adaptations that have come out about video games, no less. A lot of them do pay homage to the source material, and that's the reason why that at least reception for the most part is at least generally good, because the audience literally will scream to you what they're looking for. And of course, obviously, if it's your own story, you do put your own take on it and twist on it. That's fine. But at the same time, like, there are some certain things you just don't touch or change. You know what I'm saying?
And
like also for this new Mario movie, like despite whatever we may say about it, as long as it at least for the most part like pays homage to everything Mario, from the mushrooms to Princess Peach and to Bowser, everything. As long as they literally pay homage to everything respectfully, this movie will do well. Even if Chris Pratt is Mario, and even if we have our own beefs against him about this, there is literally, like, that is the bare minimum that they just have to do for this movie to do all right.
They've gone on record saying that he's not even going to do the traditional Mario voice.
Of course he's not. And which makes me think too, it's like, how they, like, are they really just going to make him, like, take his character model and just put it in the movie and just, like, there we go, save, like, 5 years
Dennis,
of
I'm gonna be honest, I know, like, we want to do, like, a whole, like, podcast review of that movie and that we're gonna see it together when it comes out, but honest to God, dude, like, if he opens his mouth and he sounds like Andy Dwyer, I'm gonna walk out of the theater. I don't think I can sit through, like, an hour and a half of that.
And that's the thing, though, too. Like, you and I have both even said that. Like, everyone else that was casted in the movie was fucking perfect. I literally went over this with my girlfriend and my sister, too. Like, we were all saying, like, that whole casting was great until Chris Pratt came into the picture.
The worst one. Without a doubt, he was the worst one.
Jack Black, Seth Rogen as Bowser and fucking Donkey Kong. Guy from Always Sunny. Charlie Day as freaking Luigi. Literally, you could not ask for a better, like, cast than that. Really. And then you see this guy who's played Star-Lord and a bunch of others about to play a fucking Italian plumber in a fantasy world. Like, and David, you know, remember what I said, like, before about it was that, like, you know, maybe, you know, like, let's reserve our judgment. We don't know nothing yet. And the more I thought about it, like, I really thought about it, and I have to agree with you. I don't know. Like, it's just not that this is something that is basically being set up against the movie itself for success, but it's just like I don't know. Like, I really think I'm gonna have the same opinion as you in that, like, if he opens his mouth, and he sounds like anything like Star-Lord or Andy Dwyer or fucking his character from Jurassic World, I might honestly just, like, well, my immersion's broken.
Yeah, how do you expect me to, like, watch that without, like, shitting my pants? Like, I mean that. It's just, like, when I saw that article, like, I was just disappointed but not surprised. When it said, like, Chris Pratt is not going to be attempting the traditional Mario voice. When he himself said that the voice was a work in progress. And here's the thing, who knows what the art style of the movie could be. It could somehow be, like, its own actual, like, cool, like, intelligently different portrayal of Mario that makes him seem that way. Because we all, like, seen those, like, the older portrayals of Mario, like Captain Lou Albano, where it's just like, don't forget to wash your foreskin, and, you know, like that. But, like, and no one has a problem with that at all, and that's okay. But if it's gonna look like traditional Mario, like how he looks in the games, which I have a feeling it's going to, and Chris Pratt tries to do his own spin on it, I just think that's gonna be dumb. I can't see, like, a place where, like, I'm actually, like, immersed in that. But you gotta remember, it's also gonna be combination with, like, the writing and the art style and everything, so, like, it's all elements that work together. Chris Pratt is not the only thing that's gonna be carrying this movie. You know what I mean? He could very well be part of the reason that it might be terrible, but him being terrible in it could also have to do with, like, the animation or the writing or anything else. I mean, I still think I still think an animated Mario movie, like, with the traditional, like, you know, Mario style is still just weird, considering the amount of characters that don't really talk. I still don't know how the whole thing is gonna work. My gut of guts tells me this movie's gonna be a fucking disaster, but honest to God, especially when they said that, like, he's not even gonna be doing the traditional voice. Ben Schwartz put his own spin on it, but he still sounds like Sonic. You know what I mean? He still sounds like Sonic. Tails is literally voiced by Tails' original fucking voice actress.
Yeah, and I
actually know someone who's related to her. Believe it or not.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah, he's a buddy of mine. I actually know that. I think he's her cousin or something like that. So that's pretty dope.
David knows a celebrity.
I mean,
or knows someone who's related to a celebrity.
What's her name?
Which doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, Tails is voice actor.
Yeah, well, that's her name.
I thought you.
First and last name.
I forgot her
First
name. I don't know her
Tails,
name.
Last name. Voice actor. Oh fuck.
Name.
As I don't know how to pronounce the last name. Kalino Shahasi, I think. I don't know.
That sounds about right. I don't know.
Yeah, Shanesi, I think. Yeah.
Can I? This is like a bit random, but can you? I could totally see them like if they're gonna try and pick a voice actor for, let's say, Shadow, because that is coming. Like, let's be real.
Who do you have in mind?
For me, I have John Bernthal.
John Bernthal.
He was also the guy who played Punisher in the series that came out. I think it was actually he came out through the Daredevil series that was in Netflix, which, believe it or not, actually MCU has acquired.
This
Daredevil,
guy looks like he's fucking my wife right now.
Yeah, and just imagine hearing him say "Chaos Control."
Oh, I think this guy had a brief role in Baby Driver. I think that might be the only thing I've seen him in.
He was in that. He was also in Wolf on Wall Street.
Oh.
I believe
he's got that low, raspy voice. He's got that in there.
And I could totally, and I don't know, maybe I don't know if Bernthal is like a massive nerd or not, because like I don't know, a lot of Hollywood celebrities now are like actually coming out that they're like massive fucking closet nerds. Like Henry Cavill, especially, like him playing Geralt in The Witcher.
He was literally, I know.
Like he's straight up has come out and said, like, you know, like people asked him like, oh, what do you like do at home? Like it's just like, oh, I PC game. And I'm like, my people,
my man,
he's one of us.
One of us. He doesn't look like one of us, but he's one of us. One of us.
He's dude's a giant like closet nerd. Like,
dude, the fact that he was able to research the role just by being a fucking degen gamer and actually just playing The Witcher nonstop. That's the dream. That guy's living the fucking dream.
Literally, he's living our dreams.
Facts.
For real. And also, you kind of have to be good looking. Like, the dude played Superman, and you have to literally look like Wonder Bread white person to like kind of look like Superman. Like that's Superman's whole thing. I don't think we'll ever see a black Superman. Like that's never gonna happen. I feel
the boomer generation has to be dead and gone before that happens. Real shit. Like because there's not. I don't think anybody. I think everybody in that generation, even if they're not racist, they're gonna be like, no.
The fuck is this? And not even just because like, oh, like the person's black or whatever, but it's like, you know, you don't. I don't know. Like even just. Not going on a tangent, but it's just like, I don't think not that I ever really cared for Superman movies, but it's like, I'd be like, I don't know, like, that don't look like Superman to me. And then people will be like, what are you, racist? I'm like, no, but look at, obviously, the Superman movies from the 80s, and even, like, you know, Henry Cavill, like, come on. Like, give me a break.
Oh, prepare.
And, like, race has nothing to do with it. And he actually wants to do be in a Mass Effect TV show too. He says like I am not that he's in the talks, but like he could play Commander Shepard. No worries. Like literally, he looks like Commander Shepard.
So honestly, I only have I'm hopeful for all this, man. I agree with you on that. I don't have another actor that comes to my head like immediately. That for Shadow, that seems like honestly pretty good. But yeah, man, honestly, like for the most part, I only got like good vibes about this. It just looks like another great like fun adventure movie that looks like it's gonna have even like better references than the first movie, because the first movie had some good ones, right? This isn't really a spoiler, but there's a dig that Sonic doesn't want to go to use one of his rings to like teleport to the mushroom world because mushrooms are really gross. Like that was a dig on Mario. A lot of people didn't get that, but that was a dig on Mario. Like, clearly, why would they talk about, like, mushrooms being, like, disgusting? Where does that joke come from? You know what I mean? It's like they were clearly, like, shitting on Mario there. And then, frankly, with the stuff about this next movie, I don't know if I blame them. But, yeah, honestly, like, it's looking like it might be a little more fitting as well, especially with these more, like, cartoony characters. I want to say the fact that Sonic is joined by other characters in the film that also look like him not just like him, like, oh, in the real world, all realistic and stuff. That's good. It's. I don't know if you remember from playing Sonic Adventure, but the jump from Sonic Adventure to Sonic Adventure 2, I think, is the most massive leap and biggest rebrand in the entire franchise.
From Adventure 1
Yes.
to 2. So as far as rebrand, as in like Sonic's image,
the general, maybe not the general theme of Sonic, but like, it's where it sort of took the next leap, if you would. Because in Sonic Adventure 1, it's pretty much, like a lot of the classic Sonic characters, less big in E102 Gamma and stuff like that. They're like, oh, like, you'll have a side story where you play as one of Eggman's robots, cool. And Big's thing, I just don't know what the fuck they were thinking. That's honestly, like, the worst part about the game. Not just because, like, it's not fun to play, but also that's what introduced Big. It's like, no one asked for that. No one.
Oh my god, you're right.
Just,
that was his introduction into the Sonic universe.
Yeah, to the Sonic universe. So,
God.
Even in Sonic Adventure 1, like, when the characters jump, they sound exactly like how they jumped in the classic games. With that sound, and the springs sound exactly the same. They follow, like, the whole, like, monomyth of, like, Knuckles getting fooled by Eggman into hating Sonic, thinking he's going to steal the Master Emerald. All of their stories for their respective characters have to do with the characters' original identities pre-3D Sonic. Like, all of it is just like, hey, this is Sonic in the third dimension now. The way you know him, the way you love him, from Sonic 3 and Sonic 2 and all these amazing games, now in a 3D plane, open world style, like Mario 64. Like, when you play Mario 64, right, it's like, oh, this is just Mario in 3D now. These are the kind of worlds we imagine him in, but it still became its own thing. Last Sonic Adventure is literally just the general theme, like the aura, the vibes of that game feel like this is a classic Sonic game just brought to, like, the modern world of that era in the 90s. Like, we're bringing Sonic into the future now. Then Sonic Adventure 2 comes around, and instead of, like, all these different, like, zones and places he can be in, Sonic is now in, like, some, even, like, other different hyper-realistic environments, and now he's got an anti-hero and stuff like that. There's, like, a sexy bat, which I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty sure that's how Corona started, is probably Knuckles fucked her.
If they bring Rouge,
how could they bring Rouge? How could they bring Rouge? That character is, like,
how could they not? There's literally so many people that they could fucking go to have to voice her.
Yeah, but you know
I can
they're
literally
just
see ScarJo.
I was about to say, dude, they're just gonna go with Scarlett Johansson.
Some, like, real, like, raspy, like, real sexy, kind of smokes a pack a day, like, sounding.
I could see
lady.
Angelina
Not
Jolie
like,
playing her, if I'm being honest.
Perhaps,
not
yes.
even because, like, oh, Angelina Jolie's sexy. I'm talking literally because of her voice. Like, I could see.
Yeah, because so that. Oh dear God! If
they bring in fucking Rouge,
Christ.
I don't know.
No, because Rouge, I'm gonna be real with you. I was a little bit of a low key furry back in the day, just because of how much of a thing.
No, Rouge was hot. I don't give a fuck. Rouge was hot.
Like which is
titties.
why,
like, fuck off.
Yeah.
All right. Like,
that's why in my brain I'm just like, is this gonna reawaken that thing?
Yeah, that's another
inside of me.
Another thing.
Like,
there were jiggle physics in that game on top of everything else. You see what I'm getting at? Sonic 2, like, it just, like, solidified, okay, we're putting Sonic in, like, these, like, hyper-realistic environments and stuff like that, just like we were with Sonic Adventure 1, except now his jumps don't sound the same. He's getting chased, like, by the cops and shit, and all this crazy stuff.
Turned up the edge factor
turned
just
up
a little
the
bit,
edge factor and slowly started to, like, hey, we're gonna make a super-duper modern Sonic game with its own, like, new lore and story and stuff like that. I'm not shitting on it. I love Sonic Adventure 2. We all do. Whether you like that game or not, you
grew
love
up with
that
this game.
regardless. I don't think anybody genuinely hates Sonic Adventure 2, like, at least the identity factor of it, the lore story-wise. You could hate the game all you want, I don't blame you. But, like, still, like, and the grinding and all that, it introduced so much new stuff to the point where, like, it brought Sonic out of the old era, like, the classic era of Sonic, and it'd be like, okay, this is what we want, like, Sonic to sort of be about in the future. We want to rebrand him to have, like, this, like, these, like, deeper stories and shit like that. It's like, they're both similar in that regard, but, like, a lot of the elements of Sonic Adventure 1 still feel like classic Sonic, and Sonic Adventure 2 was like, okay, we want to modernize him. We want to modernize this character now and bring him into how we feel he could fit into like the modern gaming sphere of modern gaming storytelling. And that's what they did with Sonic Adventure 2. That's why I think from Adventure 1 to Adventure 2, it's like the biggest leap of him as a character. And you could argue that, like, no, the biggest leaps, obviously, are like, friggin', Sonic and the Secret Rings and stuff like that, like the storybook games, or like, when he's like the new modern, like 3D engines of Sonic. And like, yeah, those are huge leaps too, but the storybook games were awful. Like, though, that was a horrible, like idea to rebrand him. It's,
And you could even argue, like, even though this game was universally panned across the fucking board, Sonic 06 2 also tried to a bit change up the myth. But at the same time, like, there was a lot of, obviously, things completely inherently wrong with that game, from mechanics to story. And for the most part, oftentimes, that, like, the story, I feel as if I have to go on record saying that, like, I feel as if the story for Sonic is not always that important. For at least coming from, like, where Sonic started as. We got the story through the game. We didn't have to have exposition telling us, like, you gotta collect the 7 Chaos Emeralds, or, like, this and that.
Thank you.
You'll gain ultimate power.
That's the other thing I forgot.
Yeah.
The Chaos Emerald, the whole shebang with that in the original game as well.
Yeah. And I'll even go on to say that, like, I think at least Adventure 1 was where I feel as if the tone shifted completely. And we got a very, like, Adventure 1 was a pretty, looking at the story, it's pretty fucking dark, if you ask me, considering, like, there is a literal genocide that happens in the game, because you see, like, that whole, like, scene where the villagers are literally, like, killing each other and killing the Chow and shit, and then Chaos, like, just completely, like, wipes out the entire civilization. We see him destroy an entire city, and I'm pretty sure millions of people probably drowned and died in that entire attack.
That's a good point. I never thought about that when I was a child.
And like, not to mention, like, we even the whole basis of Shadow and his character from, like, the first scene we get of him, and then plus, like, the bits of backstory that we get, like, we see Maria die, and, like, that whole scene, like, where they're running through the colony and she throws him into an escape pod, and, like, he basically just, she, like, sacrifices herself so that he could, like, get away. Really, like, that was, I didn't expect the game when I was young, and I even think about it now, like, I didn't think that it was ever going to go in that direction. And I mean, obviously, Shadow the Hedgehog also just turned up the edge factor, like, even more from Adventure 2. And obviously, there's plenty of things about that game that we can get into for about 2 hours, and, like, but that would be way too long for this podcast.
I love Shadow the Hedgehog. So, get at me.
I
actually love
I would
that game.
love.
I
just wish the game was, because this is something wrong with me. Every time I hear a game get universally panned by the fandom, it turns me off from it, and it just minimizes my desire to ever play it. Even if, like, there are people out there that are saying that, like, no, it's actually not bad, it's good. Like, I was very close to buying Sonic 06 because I liked the Sonic games. And then I heard literally 2 days afterwards how much this game sucked fucking dog water. And it just completely turned me off from buying it completely. And it was the same for Shadow the Hedgehog when it came out too. So, and I'm not taking nothing away from you, David. Like, if you like it, like, that's all for you. Like,
no, it's
I
not
never
a good
played
game.
it, so, like, I can't. Yeah, I know.
It's not a good game.
I know
I just
that,
like it.
I know. But, like, if you have any personal enjoyment, like, that you get out of it, like, that's all. That's, good for you. Like, I got nothing to say about that. Like, that's great. You just like terrible games.
Facts.
I'm joking.
Facts. I do.
Okay, never mind. But like, what I'm getting at is that at least if there is also definitely one scene that I really want to see within, let's say, the next Sonic movie, I definitely want to see that scene where Shadow, Maria basically sacrifices herself.
That scene in fucking live action, dude, that would hit. That would actually hit, like, in a bad way. And go ahead.
It would be a complete tonal shift too, because at least for the first two movies, we got, like, it's fairly lighthearted. There's really not like grand stakes. The world's not at stake.
Family film.
Universe.
It's a family film.
Yeah, and if that's why I feel as if it's gonna be really weird how they do the third movie if Shadow's gonna be in it, because that entire thing where Maria sacrifices herself is a huge part of his character, and you can't have Shadow without
It's
Maria.
the biggest part of his character.
That's like, yeah, like you're not gonna have Shadow without Maria. Like that's a fact, and like you're not gonna have his whole motivation for being without her sacrifice. Like the reason why he's such a evil bastard, at least at first, was because like how much he low-key hated humans.
The only reason he like decided to not destroy the Earth with the Eclipse Cannon was because like, oh shit, Maria loved this planet.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't destroy
Maria
it now.
wouldn't want this to happen. Yeah.
Shit.
Which is...
I really wanted to destroy it.
Depending on who's going to be writing it, I don't know if it is if the last two movies basically had, let's say, the same script director. And I say last two movies as if like this movie already came out, the second one. But I can honestly foresee that this movie's going to do fairly well. And then at the same time, it's going to greenlit the third movie. And I hope to God if they do bring Shadow in that it's gonna take place on the Ark, because that would be fucking nuts.
That's the next place to take it. I mean, there's so many references to adventure.
There's really
like this is what I mean. Sonic Adventure is literally like classic Sonic in 3D. It's when all these elements get brought in, and it seems like that's what the movie is doing. So obviously, the only place to go after there, right, is to Sonic Adventure 2 land.
To space. We're going to space.
We're going to the moon, baby.
It's like, that's like the only progression they have left. I mean, you have like the other universes, obviously, that they touched on in the last movie to this one, but literally everything gets a bit like the stakes get higher a bit when you have a literal fucking Death Star fuck you cannon in the moon. Ready to destroy the Earth.
Death Star fuck you cannon. That's what I'm calling it from now on.
Like I know it's called the Eclipse Cannon or whatever, but it's like, like that's what that thing is. Like as far as the story is concerned, like this is what the stakes are.
Shadow the Hedgehog also reveals why the Eclipse Cannon was even created in the first place. That's another huge fucking story detail that game reveals. I'm just saying.
And also the theme of the ultimate life form. That's also another thing that they're gonna like touch on, because like Shadow won't shut the fuck up about being like the ultimate life form,
be in the
to
game,
anyone who he talks to.
The game. If he's gonna be in the movie, or like potentially if a potential third Sonic movie and he comes in, he's not gonna use guns. They can't do that. I mean, I know like
he
there's
don't
gonna
need
be
to
fans who are
anyways,
probably
either.
gonna want him to like do that at least once, to be like, haha, they referenced the bad game, but like not in a family film.
Would love
they can't do that.
I would love it if like they have a scene where like he's like kind of down for the count and he sees like a pistol across like on the other side of the room, and he just looks at it and he just shakes his head and then he gets back up, and I'm like, they know.
Or they could take the laser route. He could just chaos control like himself towards the gun.
Yeah.
And then just fucking
like,
cap Eggman like in front of the screen. Like all
really
of a sudden fucking
like,
PG-13 rating just blah blah.
It'd be hilarious too if like he chaos controls like to the pistol, he grabs it and it looks as if he's gonna use it, but he chaos controls right to Eggman's face and he just pistol whips him across the face, and he just like
that's one of the endings
like,
of Shadow the
and he goes back down.
It's literally one.
Oh, is it really?
That game has a million non-canon endings.
Oh yeah, a million endings. Yeah,
and in a couple of endings, he straight up kills Eggman, and that's how the game ends. Like straight up fucking murders him, like not with a gun, like he just like knocks him unconscious with like a karate chop to the head and shit, because he thinks he's like one of his androids that like Eggman like, because after Shadow got amnesia, he made like a million. This is actually one thing that the Sonic Adventure games did a very poor job at telling, because in Sonic Adventure, I mean, I guess spoilers for Sonic Adventure 2 if you haven't played it, like here's your warning, I guess, like.
Yeah, 15 years.
Yeah,
it has been like I don't know how long it actually.
I mean,
has been, but like more than 10 years at this point.
Still haven't played Final Fantasy VII, but we talk about it a lot.
Oh, I wish we could talk about Epic's bullshit.
Oh, I forgot.
This is gonna strictly be just about Sonic,
yeah.
maybe a little bit about Halo Infinite, just
We've gone
because
too
at least
far.
we've crossed that line like
legitimate.
already.
But seriously though, here is your warning: legitimate spoilers for Sonic Adventure 2. If you don't want to hear it, cover your ears and yell. So at the end of Sonic Adventure 2, when Shadow fucking sacrifices himself trying to kill the Bio Lizard, and he falls back down to Earth, and they all think he's dead. Obviously, he's not dead. And what the games do after that, because Heroes takes place immediately after Sonic Adventure 2, and well, not immediately after it, like I think some time has passed, but it takes canonically or it's after Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah. On the timeline.
The way
of
the
that.
Team Dark story ends in that game is that Omega reveals to Rouge that the Shadow that was with them was not actually Shadow. It was one of the. It's revealed at the end of the game that Eggman made like a million copies of him, in case he needed just Shadow. Like if he needed to use his power for anything. Then it's later revealed, no. That was the original Shadow that you were playing as. He just had amnesia when he hit his head on the earth. And what happens is that Eggman just takes Shadow, and that's how he uses him to make a bunch of copies of him, but Shadow wakes up with amnesia, which is the premise of Shadow the Hedgehog, is that he can't remember anything about his past, but every time he closes his eyes, he just sees Maria getting killed by the gun soldiers. And then that's when the friggin' demon alien Black Doom comes in, and he's just like, Shadow, I know of your past. Bring me the 7 Chaos Emeralds, and I will tell you everything. Just like that. And that's the whole notion of Shadow the Hedgehog, right? It's do I be good and fight the aliens, or do I submit to them because they claim to know about my past, and I want to know about my past? That's the whole thing with Shadow the Hedgehog. Am I good or am I evil? Which I think the game actually did a really great job at doing. I thought the mechanics in that game were pretty cool, depending.
Because they had the choices that you could make,
the
right?
choices, how it influenced the story, and it also charged different meters. You got Chaos Control by killing bad guys, and you got Chaos Blast by killing, the good guys, which was really cool. I loved that game. I loved it. It was shit, but I loved it. So fuck you, all of you. So, yeah, what was I getting
We all
at
got
here?
our
Yeah, and here's the thing, though.
biases.
A lot of that story was told literally, off the camera. We didn't know that. That was one thing the Sonic Adventure games did not do a good job at explaining, frankly, until Shadow the Hedgehog came around. It's funny enough, there's a lot of those details that, sort of went under the rug between those games, you know what I mean? Because that's when all the Sonic games, from Sonic Adventure 1, all the way up to Sonic 06, actually, did the multiple story route. Every Sonic game did that. Sonic Adventure 1, there's, all the stories intertwine, and they intertwine beautifully in that game. It's actually really well written, in my opinion. They all intertwine, but you play as 6 different characters. Then, obviously, in Sonic Adventure 2, you have, the Team Hero and Team Dark. Those 2 stories, which coincide together. Then in Sonic Heroes, there's 4 different teams you play as. Team Sonic, save the world. Team Dark, kill Eggman. Team Rose, find a fucking frog. Team Chaotix, get money from this anonymous hirer that turned out to be Eggman at the end. But it all always intertwined together. That's what Sega's writing team was really good at. And then Sonic 06 happened, and I never played it, and I never will. But, or at least I don't think I will. That game also has 3 stories.
I remember someone, I believe there was a modder who came out with a modded version of Sonic 06. I believe there was a PC port, believe it or not. And he actually tried to fix
I heard about that.
everything.
I heard about that.
Yeah, but in my head I was like, dude, no matter what kind of glue, you could put all the Gorilla Glue you want on this piece of shit rickety ass jalopy of a fucking game. But you just cannot you can't hide that legacy. That's what it is known for. Forever. Of all time, literally. The people were hyped for this game. I remember that hype.
I was that hype.
And
I was upset. I didn't have an Xbox or a PlayStation, but I was still hyped for that game. I'm like, whoa, look at and the music too, his world.
Oh,
his world made my fucking 10-year-old boner shoot up to the sky.
If there was another song that got me real hyped, was Shadow's theme song from Shadow the Hedgehog.
Which one? I Am or All Hail Shadow?
Yeah, I Am. Yeah, I Am.
Can you say all the things walking through my... I listened to that song recently for no reason.
And it still fucking slaps.
For me?
I know it's so too early 2000s, kind of low key,
Well, yeah, but so is Sonic.
Yeah, I know,
general.
but that's what I'm saying. You listen to it nowadays, and it's still just as hype as you kind of felt it was, even back then. The music's for the 3D Sonics, Crush 40 in general, knocked it out of the park like every time. Like a lot of the iconic songs, like "Live and Learn" is still one that I fucking listen to nowadays.
Might be the most iconic.
I still listen to that song.
Might be the most iconic of like the modern Sonic songs, really, like of all the rock.
Like I still have it playing on Super Smash Brothers on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hype ass fucking song to put, like to fight with.
Yeah, it's amazing, man.
So that's if anything, that's our thoughts on Sonic, and I guess as far as where we think it perhaps may go.
We don't have to wait a whole year to find out if that movie's gonna suck. Looking at you, Illumination.
What was the release date for the new Sonic movie?
April.
Did they say already or no? April next year.
Yeah.
Okay, so David and I are gonna be watching that movie together.
Just a couple of months.
Giving our thoughts.
Couple of months.
Yeah. So we're gonna be seeing that, and we're gonna give our thoughts on it. We're gonna do our own special episode on that spring. On that movie. Right in the spring.
We'll do that episode. You know, when a young man's fancy turns to hedgehogs.
And I was gonna be talking about Halo, but I think we kind of went real deep into Sonic today. So I'm gonna save my gushing over Halo Infinite for another day, because I am a happy fan. I am a very happy fan. And I will just say this, like as a little spoiler for next episode. I cried a little bit during that campaign. Oh, I am not gonna lie. I am a grown ass fucking man, and I low key shed a tear for a giant 7-foot tall super soldier of a fucking man who's emotionally castrated. But so I'll save that for next episode. But guys, thank you for being with us today. David, you may plug yourself in. I think we should wrap it up. I think we left it on a good note.
I think we should. Yes.
And the thumbnail should definitely be just Shadow the Hedgehog with a gun. Can you honestly make that the thumbnail, please? Like, have the live action Sonic that we're getting, and then Shadow the Hedgehog, like as he appeared on the cover art. With
Maybe
the gun.
I could get somebody to like reskin like Sonic of the like how he looks in the movie, to just make him look like Shadow. And just put that in with a gun. That would probably be good.
Please.
Then I'd have to pay.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
Okay, well, I'll see what I can do. I'm busy.
Yeah.
I'm a busy man. Watch the thumbnail that you guys are probably just looking at on Spotify right now. Just be like...
It is the holiday season, folks.
Cut out copy and paste
busy
of Sonic and Tails. On the plane, on the tornado.
Can you imagine how like funny it would be if like they added the whole, "Hey, brother! Do you know the way?"
Yeah, Dennis, I saw that video too.
They zapped Knuckles in the movie, and like he just like goes from like just being this serious brawler character, like
that meme was the funniest fucking meme ever for 1 week, until everybody realized how racist it actually is.
How racist it was. And at the same time, like, and how old it got, like, real quick.
Did.
I mean, all memes like that, like, got
but
old
that
real
one
quick,
was
but,
bad, like, dude. Like, that one, like, we were using that meme so much. That meme took over the fucking internet.
Yeah,
it just
like,
defects
straight
queen.
up kids at school.
Spit on her.
Spit on her.
Like that, like literally, like straight up what happened, it's like the whole world just didn't realize that meme was fucking racist for like the first week when it happened, and then literally 7 days later everyone was like, huh,
collectively.
like, I don't want to make that joke anymore.
As if they all just like came out of a really bad dream. It's like, what the fuck did we say for the last week?
Like I remember my buddy Devin, like we did nothing through like a whole like Smash Fest of just like hey, do you know the way?
Do you know the way?
The way. We must find a way to the queen, brother. Like,
my brother, do you know the way?
And it was so stupid and ambivalent. It is just like,
I know.
That's why it was fucking funny. It's just like, what does this mean? What is the way? Do you know the way? That is the fake queen. Spit on her.
I really
and it was
hope they.
And he was
I
black.
Hope they have a moment.
He was black. Like
I know.
Literally,
I know.
like black people did not realize how racist that meme was at first. It like tricked us. It doesn't make any sense.
I would get, like, it would give me so many brownie points. Like, the fucking movie would have so much brownie points if they added a moment where, like, someone tries to do that. Like, tries to make fun of Knuckles because, like, they think, like, oh, Knuckles is, like, from Africa or some shit. And, like, one of them's just going to be like, going up to Knuckles and be like, do you know the way? Because it's a callback from the
Be like,
and Knuckles just punches him in the face.
I was about to say, like, you know, you could say, like, oh, I don't know whether to call you brave or stupid. No, you're just fucking stupid. What the hell were you thinking? Doing that, just walking up. Did you see the red electricity that came out of that Knuckles? Knuckles!
A kid,
It took balls to cut off your balls. Like, fucking A, man. All right, whatever. We're done. Here's my fiver. If you like the sound of my voice, you could do something about it. You could hire me for your project. YouTube, promo, commercial, character, if you think it would suit your character. I could do a little demon voice for you like I did for Black Doom, but that voice not only hurts, it wins myself very quickly, so I can't really do that voice. Can't really see myself doing a 3-hour voiceover session and just like Shadow. But like, I'm not sure if I can, but whatever.
But he can do a commercial for you in that voice.
I
Come on down to Wilmy's dealership to get yourself a new Toyota Camry for no 2% down and 0% interest. Come down today.
And everyone just comes on down.
Because I feel like they're going to die if they don't. All right. There's my 5 profile. Give it some love if you guys want to. All right, now for the plugs. The socials. Denise.
Twitter, Instagram, Google, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all the podcasts. Your mother's podcast, your mother's podcast. And guys, thank you again so much for hearing two grown-ass men talking about two straight-up furries for an hour and 10 minutes. This is a promise. We are gonna watch the second movie together. We're gonna give our thoughts on it.
I got kid goosebumps watching the trailer, even the second time I watched it.
And we will basically reveal to you if whether or not this episode was full of shit, and if our predictions were way off the mark, whether or not in the couple months coming. But guys, thank you so much again. Please like, comment, and subscribe. All that good shit.
Tails' voice actress just got that blue check mark on Twitter. Yay, she's legit now, because everybody knows you're not
only after the movie
you're
trailer.
Not a real person until Twitter says so.
And guys, we last video we were trying to get a bit more views on that one, so like if you guys could at least like maybe get this video to perhaps maybe at least 30 or 40 views, like it would kind of make us happy and motivate us.
If you don't, go fuck
please, yourselves. we clearly see that who our audience is and how much they don't like Sonic. But guys, thank you again for tuning in and listening to two retards talking about furries for like an hour and 10 minutes. So we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Gotta go fast.
Shadow. My ass is stuck on the toilet. Help me up. I would not go back in there if I were you. I had Taco Bell for lunch.
Imagine if Maria had that voice the entire time.
Oh, like Doc.
No,
like
Shadow.
Dr. Girlfriend.
Yeah. Like,
no, Shadow. I love Earth.
Please.
Go, Shadow. Go without me. Don't shoot the
oh, that
Earthlings.
voice is killer.
Stop it. Stop. Don't point the big fuck you Death Star beam on the planet. Please. I know my grandfather made it. But he did it to stop the black creatures. Remember, Shadow, you are the ultimate life form.
Ow.